you've been struggling to lose weight, and I know that feeling, believe me, it is so frustrating, but don't give up, because our next guest has a proven track record of success. She is Dr. Kathleen Nash. She's the chiropractic physician and owner of Total Transformation. And she has helped men and women all over Las Vegas shed unwanted pounds and keep them off.
Right, doing it faster, with less work, with less exercise, less hunger and cravings, and keeping it off, yeah.
You have a very unique take on weight loss, Dr. Nash. You go about it from 5 metabolic factors.
Right.
And one of your first success stories was your own weight loss.
Yeah, I did it out of necessity because everything that I kept being told to do to work wasn't working. So I started my first diet when I was 8 years old, and I basically dieted my way up to 240 pounds by the time I was a chiropractor. Every time I would eat less and move more, I'd lose a little bit of weight, but I would never really get there. Yeah, I would never really get there. And then the weight would come back with a vengeance, and then some.
Yeah.
And it was in 2009 when I finally decided that eating less and moving more couldn't be the whole story, otherwise it would work. I found these 5 metabolic factors, was able to shed 80 pounds, and that was 10 years ago.
Yay, it was. I know
Yeah.
you're about celebrating your anniversary, and I know the feeling was so different between being in that body on the left and that body on the right.
Yeah.
And so you have a personal stake, a personal interest in helping people around the valley make these transformations.
Absolutely. I suffered from these problems. My mother died from these problems when I was only
Oh.
21 years old. It really is a personal mission for me, for people to get the real information about how to change their body, but to change it for good, not just change it temporarily. And we're actually going to talk about 3 of those people today.
All right, that's right. We are putting the spotlight on some of your clients,
We
and I
are.
know, you really work with people one-on-one. You end up being quite close to some of these folks. So.
I do. Every client matters to me, but it's always fascinating to see what was their specific problem, what they thought their problem was, and then the amazing transformation that comes about from fixing the actual root cause of the issue.
And I'm glad you mentioned what they thought their problem was, because a lot of times we are focusing on the wrong ball, aren't
Correct.
we?
Correct.
Yes, like I did when I was trying to lose weight for years. I just kept trying to diet.
Yep.
Didn't work for me.
Yeah,
A gentleman named Dominic has worked with you
Dominic.
and had kind of a life-changing experience.
He absolutely did. So Dominic was considered, or wasn't considered, he was technically diagnosed as pre-diabetic when he was only 20 years
Ooh,
old.
young.
It went into full-fledged diabetes by the time he was 25. So 5 years of trying to fix it on his own or having other people work on it for him, just managed it. When he got to my office, we were able to not only go after the root cause, which for him was dietary hormones, the hormones that was driving the type 2 diabetes. Going after hormones and inflammation with him, not only was he able to reverse his diabetes in
Here he
3.5 months, something he'd been struggling with for 5 years, but he lost 98 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and has kept it off.
Quite frankly, he went from being, kind of the chubby guy to a very normal looking guy.
Very normal looking guy.
Oh,
He
that's
was always the
great.
big guy, worked in a movie
Yeah.
theater, used to just eat in and around whatever he was doing when he was working, to somebody that was still able to be in that environment, but 100 pounds less.
Oh, it's so exciting. You had great results with another lady.
I did.
A woman named Laura.
Laura. So Laura was actually 58 years old when she started my program. She thought her problem was menopause, and that's a big one that I hear from women, is they're like, oh yeah, now that I've gone through the change, my hormones are all a mess. Your hormones might potentially be a mess, but not the hormones you think. And that was what was going on with Laura. She thought it was a menopause. We actually found out that it was her dietary hormones. She also had a liver issue. She also had inflammation. She also had a nutrition problem. As a result of correcting those issues, she lost 134 pounds. Yeah, she's a
her.
completely different person, whole new wardrobe. Suddenly these menopause issues that she thought was the problem are no longer there.
Which I know she targeted that she had some other problems, but I'm sure she was kind of relieved it wasn't menopause, because I think sometimes when people hear it's menopause, they feel like they have no control.
Right. There's
yeah.
nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And that's actually not true.
We want to go back and talk about a woman named Sabrina,
Yeah.
who had multiple benefits from losing the weight with you.
Yeah, she really did. So Sabrina actually travels for a living. She's a flight attendant with Southwest. So she thought that she would never be able to get control of her weight simply because she was always flying. She was always living out of a suitcase, living
Sure.
out of a hotel. How am I supposed to take care of it?
Eating in restaurants. How
Eating
would
in
you do that?
Yeah, eating
Right.
in restaurants, eating on the plane, eating in terminals. So we were able to custom make a program for her. She also had a hormone problem. see how there seems to be a theme going on.
Right,
She had a
right.
dietary hormone problem. She also had a liver issue. She also had a nutrition problem. We were able to get those corrected. Girl lost 20 pounds in 30 days. She dropped 2 dress sizes. Her skin completely cleared up. She used to have a lot of problems with acne, with inflammation in the skin. Skin looks beautiful
That's
now.
right. Can you imagine? She didn't even know she was going to have that benefit of that clear skin. Look at her on the right.
Yeah.
Slim and trim.
Yeah,
And her skin
sends
is
me a video
beautiful.
of her literally
Yeah.
in the galley on the plane with her uniform falling off because it wouldn't stay on, and she's just like, "What? This is just
She
frustrating.
had to
Look at this."
ask Southwest for a new uniform.
Exactly.
It
yeah.
was brilliant.
Yeah, it really, really was. So 3 different people with 3 different problems, all thinking that it was something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We want you to help more people, Dr. Nash, because when you can actually take off the weight, it changes your whole life.
It does.
And your outlook and your feeling about yourself.
And when you can take off the weight and maintain it, eating up to 3,000 calories a day, eating at fast food restaurants, eating at regular restaurants, then you've been taught that the calories really weren't your problem. And that's our ultimate goal. The best way to find out about me is to get that $97 evaluation for less than $10. If you go to the website that we keep flashing on the screen, that go.drnash.com/eval, I've got 10 spots waiting, but only 10 spots available,
Perfect.
you guys. I am particularly busy in the summer.
All right, you heard her. Find Dr. Nash's Total Transformation. She's located in Henderson. Again, mention you saw Dr. Nash here in the Morning Blend, and your standard client fee is only $9.97, guys. Less than $10. Normally it's $97. There are only 10 spots left though at that price, so you need to call the number on your screen right now. You can also visit the website listed for more information. Total Transformation, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.